All right, everyone, we'll get started here. First of all, I want to say big wish for everyone for coming today and, and having breakfast with us. I think that's good with our elders and with us. And, we all start our meetings off in a good way, and, Jeff is here. Jeff will say a few words on behalf of, our people and do a good prayer for us. Very good. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. It is 9:30 a.m. Michael, on the roll call.
District 1, here. District 2, here. District 3, here. And I'm here, Chairman.
We have a quorum. Which, thank you. Next up is a review and approval of the agenda. Any additions or deletions? I know that Lori has a list that she wanted to add to the agenda. Lori?
Mr. Chairman, so I'd like to add Tito Silk to the executive session regarding cemeteries. Warner State Forest, Tamarack, 638 IHS, and personnel IHS moved into executive session. And New Circle contract and Chris Burke contract moved over to consent agenda. And under new business, Cindy Rasted regarding White Earth Nation Tribal Community Health Assessment. And then the Northwest Minnesota Foundation into executive session.
Lori, do we need to move the forest into the executive? Is there a reason for that?
No, it can be in new business.
Yeah, I want to talk to the elders about it because it's something that we're doing today. So we'll put that in new business, the forest and the okay. Anything else, Michael?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add it to new business, the Elder Homeowner Fund, some more financial. Tracy, we'll talk about that today. We just do it in new business, what we're going to put over to that new program. So, or add some more money to that program. So, and I got some other things to say about it. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
I have one more. It'd be LCCMR and JN and AT into executive session.
Okay.
Miigwech.
Okay, thank you. Any other additions or deletions? Hearing none, like a motion to approve the agenda with the changes.
Motion.
Motion by Mike.
Second.
Second by Eugene. All in favor?
Aye.
Any?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay, thank you. Motion approves. Thank you. Next up is we're going to approve the meeting minutes for 10/31 of 23.
Hey, Sam. Slow down.
It's too cold. Meetings.
I make a motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Andy to approve meeting minutes for 10/31/23.
Second.
Second by Henry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Rich. Okay, next step is, we don't have no old business. Next up is new business. First off, we'll talk about the White Earth Volunteer Fire Department request.
Is it in here?
Where is this, what we did last year? Or was it increase? Tracy, we give these guys a annual funding, I guess, for the White Earth Fire Department. It's just the same as last year. So I was asking.
I'll have to look it up, but the White Earth Fire Department?
Yes.
I'll look it up. Housing also gives them something too.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
We were gonna, looking at this, the expense report that they have submitted, we were looking at, some of that impact aid money, right, Tracy? To give them, not to fund their whole budget, but to do some things with their equipment replacement reserve, because they got $30,000 in their equipment replacement reserve. This is almost a matching budget that they submitted last year, and I don't think we did it last year, so I'll have to double check and see if we did it last year or not, so, but I think, it's a pretty sizable budget, so. And this would be, I honestly believe that this would be for the impact aid money would cover this. So we'll have to make a decision on it and see.
But do we have a budget line item for this, Tracy?
I'm not sure how much they're requesting, but I think what happens is we get one budget for fire departments. And then they give some to White Earth and some to Twin Lakes. And I'm not sure if they actually say who gets what. But they're in our budget rate for this year, there's 51,000 total for
for the fire department.
Oh, you got it, okay.
Yeah, but this is what's budgeted for this year, and that's supposed to cover Whiter and Twin Lakes.
I don't think we didn't give him that last year.
No.
No, we didn't. He puts it in every year, but he never, I don't think we gave him what we gave out the budget.
And I can
That
show
25,000?
you. I think we gotta look at Need to Wash them too.
Yep.
And
Well,
I
they
can
split
look
it
at-
Twin Lakes and.
I can pull up what we gave Whiter last year. We did give them that extra money out of our. Oh, no, we budgeted so much.
3 months.
I think we just gave him that 25,000.
I think you're right,
For both
out
of
of
them?
our general fund.
That's all we gave him.
For a year.
He asks for this every year, but he doesn't get it. It's like 25 grand. Each one. I would approve what's budgeted until we get that impact aid money.
Feedback.
Whenever we get that impact aid money.
What about the reserve?
If you get chemo, then you can.
57,000.
I'm gonna pull up their vendor activities and see what we paid them last year, but.
What we could do, Chairman, is, we could pull that equipment replacement reserve, that 30,000. And and we're already giving them 25, right, Tracy? I believe we're giving them 25, but if we raised it and give them that 57,
The last 2 years, we gave them $25,831. The last 3 years apiece, each year. Oh, each year. Yeah, I don't even know where that comes from, it's kind of a weird number, but $25,831.
I guess I would recommend that we pull that equipment replacement reserve and pull that for the impact aid money, because I don't know if they have anything, because what they're telling us is that, if they have a big equipment breakdown, it's gonna cost them more upfront unless they put 30,000 each year into it and have a reserve to be able to pay it that way. So what we did is we wanted to use that impact aid money that we're getting from the state of Minnesota to start giving them that 30,000 a year and use that for the equipment replacement. So I guess my recommendation would be that if it's 57, take that 30,000 under, it's 57, would have to, if we wanted to approve that 57 today, and then we can find out where we can get that from. I know we can get some out of maybe ARPA, or we can get some, we can find some money, that other 25 or 30.
The budget's 51,000 total.
Yes,
I mean, if you wanna do it out of ARPA, you'd have to take it out of something else that it's already budgeted for.
yeah.
So that would be 26,500 apiece.
Well, total, yeah,
So the total
20,
budget's 51,000?
it looks like,
We get it.
yeah, about 25,
For both fire departments.
Oh.
So basically,
but we did give them an extra million in 2022.
Yeah.
the two fire departments, the Nadawac Fire Department and the Whiter Fire Department, are sharing $51,000.
Yes,
So they're each getting 25 plus per year. We've done that the last 3 years.
let me pull up, I'm assuming, and that's my assumption is that Twin Lakes got the other, unless it was split with other ones, but I thought those were the only two.
I think it's only those two.
Right.
I think you should maybe say something like.
Well, why don't we, can we just table this, Chairman?
Yeah.
Let's table it and, then we can sit down with them and I can sit down with Tracy and I'll sit down with, Gus Bevins, I believe he's the chief, and, Dave Snetzinger is, or Snetzinger is the chief of Nadawac. I'll sit down with them and we'll work it out. And we'll have it ready for next month.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll bring that up, but we'll get that straightened out. I know that, we're gonna have to relook at that and, Rock will sit down with the chiefs of both fire departments and get us the numbers, so be good. All right, next up is the forest. You know, I wanted to talk about that. You know, today we have a couple of resolutions. You know, first I want to talk about the White Earth State Forest. We have a letter of intent to the Commissioner of Natural Resources, Sarah Strawman, Commissioner Strawman, and also it will be CC to Governor Walz and also Peggy Flanagan in regards of returning the White Earth State Forest back to White Earth Nation. You know, so it's gonna be official today. We're gonna submit those letters and that's something that we'll have a letter and also an attached resolution. So, council, I need a motion to approve the intent, the letters to the Natural Resources Division of Minnesota in regards to White Earth State Forest and resolution, attached resolution.
All motion.
Motion by Mike LaRock,
Second.
second by Eugene. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next up was Tamarack National Refuge. You know, we've been working on this for a long time, and you know, I've been out to DC a few times in a meeting with Department of Interior and also with Fish and Wildlife, and of course meeting down in Minneapolis with the regional office. And today's letter will be another letter of intent to get the process of the 638 or self-governance process of self-determination of getting the management process of the Tamarack National Refuge back to White Earth Nation. So White Earth Nation can manage the Tamarack National Refuge. And today, that's what our letter is, and resolution, because these are both gonna go to, of course, going to go to Mike Martinez of the Fish and Wildlife Department, also Deb Holland, the Secretary of the Interior, and also Brian Newland, the Assistant Secretary of DOI. So those are the two letters today that I wanted to approve in session with the council. So these letters will be emailed out with the attached resolutions coming from our council that we want to manage Tamarack National Refuge, and also get into some type of funding agreement with the federal government on management, so they can help fund this and work with them. Okay, so need a motion, council, to approve the Tamarack National Refuge
Resolution,
and resolution.
There's no letter.
just a resolution.
And resolution.
Mr. Chairman, for clarification, there is no letter of intent for Tamarack, but there is a resolution, so the request would be to approve the resolution.
To approve the resolution, thank you.
Welcome.
All motion, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Annie,
Second.
second by Eugene, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Motion carries, thank you, thank you. Okay, next up we have is, Lori, do we have anything else we dropped into the?
Mr. Chairman, I believe it's the IHS 638 letter of intent.
Yes, and there again, you know, and this is something that I wanted to bring up is, and the intent letter isn't 638 IHS immediately, it's just an intent that we're looking at 638. What it does is it starts a process where if we accrue costs, so if we get a contractor to come in and help us with 638, our health system, the IHS will approve that cost. We don't have to pay for it. IHS will pay for it. So it's just that part of the intent, is just to start that path of looking at how this is all gonna work. So it's nothing like we're gonna be taking over anything in the near future, just getting the process started. So, everyone understand that, yeah, Tito?
Just, is there any way you can, educate, people? Because a lot of them don't understand what 638 is. And it's a real important issue.
Yes, and and I think that's probably the most important part of this, is getting a contractor, a person that knows how to do all this, to get all the education out to all the membership out there and how this process is gonna work, and especially to the employees. Because that's where this kind of goes around, is the employees are confused about it. And I think that the contractor who we bring on to do this will sit down with all the elders, all the community members, and all the employees. So it's gonna be a process that's gonna be starting not tomorrow, but we're gonna get the intent letter out today. So anything that we accrue for costs of doing this, IHS will cover it. Okay?
That answer your question, Tito?
Somewhat.
No, because we'll have someone, a contractor expert that will be guiding us through this whole process.
Well, didn't Mille Lacs go through 638?
Well, there's only 3 direct service tribes left in the whole Midwest.
Yeah, but I mean, they're a close tribe that,
No, Mille Lacs is, they're Title V, they're 638.
yeah.
There's only 3 left, Red Lake, Leech Lake, and Red Lake. Us.
But they could give us some feedback too.
But we'll get a contractor, someone that's an expert at this. So it's not like it's gonna happen tomorrow or next month, it's gonna be a time. We're just starting that, we're hitting the button that we're starting, so when we accrue costs, IHS will have to pay up to $1 million. So, okay? Okay. Motion to approve the intent of 638 for White Earth Health System.
No.
Motion. Motion by Eugene,
Second.
second by Henry, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Anything else, Lori?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, we have Cindy Rasted that will be presenting, and also Gina that will be presenting on White Earth Nation Tribal Community Health Assessment.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Cindy Brastad. And I'm Gina Booper. Can you hear us? Okay. Good morning. We're here today to update our journey that we have had in public health accreditation. We're going through is our same accreditation standards. We're going through the very same things as the local and the state governments do here on the White Earth Reservation.
Currently, 6 tribes of the 574 federally recognized tribes have public health accreditation. Through the public health accreditation process, White Earth Nation Tribal Public Health has been working to strengthen our capacity, performance, and quality improvements. Currently, White Earth Nation Tribal Public Health has collected 70% of the 100+ documents demonstrating White Earth Nation Tribal Public Health's infrastructure and capacity to deliver public health services. We will be completed by April 11th. Things will start moving incredibly fast after that point. One of the 10 essential health services is that we monitor the health status of our community. White Earth Nation Tribal Public Health did that by completing our first comprehensive health assessment, this booklet that you've seen right here. This is a collaborative effort through multiple reservation programs. The mission of the White Earth Nation Tribal Public Health is to promote Wikwazu wellness, prevent Abitchigay disease, and protect Ghana-Wendan health in a way that honors our Anishinaabe culture. We work towards improving the health of our community in partnerships with many tribal, state, and federal programs.
Public health practice focuses on the health of the entire community and works to strengthen community resilience by focusing on the preventative measures. So we go upstream. Additionally, public health works to identify and address health disparities, breaking down barriers so that all members of the community are able to access all the resources that they need.
Using information from the tribal comprehensive health assessment, this is what we're talking about, to strengthen the health of our community, White Earth Nation Tribal Public Health plans to focus on the following areas in partnership with our program partners. Priority number 1, focusing on nutrition, indigenous foods, and physical activity. Priority number 2, focusing on diabetes prevention and care. And finally, priority 3, focusing on healthcare access, linkage to care, and culturally grounded wellness and supportive services.
We are working, Representative Jackson wanted us to work on a resolution towards data sovereignty. And we have our very first draft out at the legal department right now. It's not quite ready, but it will be soon. And I just wanted you to be aware that we're moving towards that because, like I said, our data is sacred, so we're moving towards that.
So what we need from the tribal council here today is to have this in the minutes that we have presented this tribal community health assessment to you. And Miigwech for your time. Is there any questions?
Well, first of all, I'm saying Miigwech to you and your hard work and your team. You know, I know White Earth is, you know, we've always been progressive at our healthcare, and I know that we as a nation, you know, we've always, you know, had our guard up, I guess, and when it came to, you know, especially when COVID came through, that we were kind of prepared for that, unlike our brothers and sisters to the east and west of us that, you know, I know that, I just wanted to give kudos and, you know, along with that, and also, you know, with this assessment that was done, you know, giving us this data that's very important, not only to our membership, but also our programs, you know, how to deal with, you know, these health disparities, these health issues that we have in or around our reservation and with our constituents. You know, I know it's something that's very detrimental to us, and, you know, having these community health assessments, I think it brings a lot of, how do you say, spotlight on those very issues that are happening out there. You know, unfortunately, you know, it kind of overcrosses into our opioids, and it kind of just, you know, it's just something that I feel like, you know, the things that we deal with as a tribal council, and dealing with overdoses and dealing with these health issues, because that's like how like behavioral health and mental health, you know, that we deal with this on an everyday basis, and just kind of gives us a map on, you know, where our strengths and weaknesses are at. And, you know, I just really appreciate the time and effort and work that went into this assessment. So, you know, I say Miigwech to you, and I'm not sure how did you want us to do it, just to reflect that you're in our agenda and talking?
Minutes.
In the minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the minutes will reflect that you were here to give us that, okay.
Miigwech.
Any other council want to say a few words, or? Well, Miigwech, and thank you ladies for coming today.
Miigwech to you all.
Which, yep. Did you have some questions?
No, not right now.
Okay.
You don't mind work.
I work with Cindy anyway, guys, so she did good.
Okay, next up is new business. We'll talk about the elder homeowner, funding.
Repair fund. Okay, a couple of years ago that the tribal council put $1 million into the elder homeowner repair fund for, that was $700,000 for major repairs, and it was $300,000 for minor repairs. We've been working diligently in the last couple of years, or probably last year, of getting it out there to get the most needy elders that need, you know, emergency fixes on their houses and all, things like that. So what I'm proposing today is we have some more ARPA money that we can put towards this, do a budget amendment towards this program. So I'm looking at putting another $500,000 towards this program, this existing program, to be able to sustain it and keep it moving forward so we don't miss anybody, so. The one thing that I would like to do though is, the way we did it in the past is, we had White Earth Builders and we had, White Earth Finance had a group that was helping us out with all they were coming out doing the assessments and they were doing all the POs and they were doing everything they needed to do, getting the contractors to do the jobs. So what we'd like to do is we'd like to maybe, hire one person to be able to, take the reins of this program. One person to take the reins of this program, so it's like any other program, it's like any other thing, there's gonna be challenges, and we had some challenges in this one. So to avoid all the challenges, I would like to maybe either assign somebody from one of the divisions to do this, or else hire somebody new to just be able to run this program for us, so. What I would be looking for today is just a consensus from the tribal council that we would be able to do this budget amendment. Correct, Tracy?
Let me see. Okay, council, any questions, any concerns, questions? Otherwise, we'll ask for a motion to approve the addition of funding to this program, along with an employee. So it's kind of we're adding something to administer the funds. I think that we'll have to put it somewhere in human services or one of the divisions will be.
The elder program.
Or the elder program, so.
You don't?
Don't take it out of the elder fund.
Good for
We'll
that.
transfer it.
You got 500,000 in your account, Tito, or something going on. No.
Hardly. But can I just ask a question on that too?
Yes.
There's definitely a need for additional funding. Some of the people, and that's the ones basically we get calls on, are ones that, were, whatever program came to the place, did sort of an assessment and said we'd be back to do the job, asked them to sign a paper and never returned. So we have some that are sitting out there and their homes are slowly, progressively deteriorating. I mean, we have to look at some of those things. If you just Band-Aid some of these, it's what's.
And that, Tito, that would be the reason why we would assign somebody to be able to follow up on these issues that we're having. And that we're learning. That's what we're doing, we're learning, and if we get a employee or get somebody to lead this program, then we'd be able to address those issues like that, because that's not the only program out there. Housing has a program also. They have a program for a homeowner and a homeowner fix-up program also too. We have that homeowners assistance program that's not just for elders, it's for everybody. That's coming out also. So there's a few programs out there, but this one is specific to the elders, homeowners. So I think if we get somebody to lead this to take over this program, I think we would resolve those issues. And I think that what you're talking about now, some of the issues have been resolved, but not all.
Not just sign off on something, you've got to have that follow-up.
Yes.
To make sure those repairs are being done. That's why we come in and talk to you and let you know it, that they're not happening.
And
Thank you.
I feel that those things should be done before payment is even released.
Yeah, but when they come and to ask a person to sign a form before they even start working on a project and then never come back, then who does follow up with that? That's what we're saying as elders. And it, you know.
This is new to me, but I'm meeting with a couple of the guys from builders, and I can ask them about that, because I don't think anybody should be signing off on anything till the work is done. So that's new to me, that if
But
they're
that's
in it doing
happened,
an
Annie.
assessment, why are they signing an assessment thing? You know, that shouldn't even be it should be signed at the end when everything's done is what but I'm gonna be meeting with them probably next week because we do have to go over the ones that have gotten done and the ones that they haven't got to yet because some is inside work and they tried to do all the outside work first. So,
But don't you have a list also of those ones that were supposedly done? And
I got the list of the ones they said is done, so,
Can you check with them?
yeah.
My understanding of the program was there are certain, I'm gonna call them project superintendents that are in charge of each project.
should be,
And once the project was completed, or the house, I'm gonna say project, but it's the house. Once the work on that house was completed, that project superintendent was going in there, checking on it, and then payment was released. And that's the way the program should be.
And we have to be clear about what programs are doing this, because with the elder homeowner program that we're doing, we use builders and then we use some other contractors, and each district rep had a list of whose house is gonna get worked on. And because we run into some challenges as far as a bidding process, we run into challenges of contractors. We didn't have enough contractors to do it. We didn't, we had a whole bunch of challenges when this program first came out of the woodwork. And we've gotten past most of that, but then we still have issues. That's why I am requesting that we have a person in charge of this that deals with what you're talking about, Tito, that deals with that would be able to and track it, because builders, when we signed on builders to help us, they were shorthanded. And they had a couple workers that were out and they came back, and the workers that came back are doing really well. And I know Andy's working with builders right now, and I'm working also with builders on some of the off-reservation stuff. So, but I totally agree with you that before any payment should be issued, they should have that's when the homeowner should sign the thing.
should be some checklist.
Yep, the checklist.
Make sure.
Bring something back.
But yeah, we'll, this is, whatever we do today with adding that amendment to this budget, to this program, we'll be moving forward with getting somebody to lead this program, okay? And take care of those problems that you're talking about.
Well, are you gonna have like a specific amount set to each home again?
Yeah, see, that's something that this person will be able to do. This person will be able to figure that out, because there was some confusion about the specific amount on this last program. Everybody was like, well, I got $20,000 and I'm gonna use it the way I wanna use it. Well, it turned out that we weren't gonna do that, because it was on need, it was not on want. It was, and we had to have an emergent situation on it. If somebody's roof was leaking and it was causing mold in their house, that became an emergency situation, so where that had to be done. So that's where the program kind of went in a couple different directions. So we had people that wanted windows, and a lot of people that didn't need windows right away, so. And that's what this extra money would be, is the people who fell through the cracks we'd be able to take a look at that.
Electrical and plumbing are two of the main issues that our people are having with their homes.
Okay. And we have been working with local electrician and our local electricians in the area that are on call. Well, they're not really on call, but we've been giving them calls whenever we have furnace problems or electricity problems or even plumbing issues. We work with White Water and Sewer to get them aboard also too. So, and I know there's a lot of times where some people fall through the cracks. We know that, but that's what we want this person that's going to be in this program to be able to remedy that.
That one person that you're gonna have, because a lot of things happen on weekends or when you guys are closed. And then there's nobody to go to. You know, those emergency issues like electrical or plumbing, they can't wait.
Yeah, we do understand that, and we did have a few of those issues. Just before it started getting cold. There was one elder that furnace was out on a Thursday night and they needed it done, so we were able to, it went into Saturday and we got it done, so but there's some that are falling through the cracks, we have to catch those, so, but I mean, this person that's hired is not gonna be alone. It's not gonna be alone, they're gonna be working with the elder advocates, they're gonna be working with everybody, they're not gonna be alone, they're gonna have some support help also. But the main purpose of this position would be to fill in where we're missing and take care of the challenges that we're having to make the program be successful. Nutshell.
I think this lady had a,
Yes, you did answer a couple of my questions and what you're talking about, but I have a question on this, the 500,000 that you're getting, and you said wider tribal housing, is that just for the houses? Like myself, I live in a trailer house.
No, this program is for elder homeowner repair.
Okay.
Not tribal housing, no.
Okay.
They got their own program. Yes.
And then for an application for that, do we just go to housing?
No, you would you come up to either the RTC or you go to any one of our assistants would have that application.
All right, thank you.
Secretary-elect, can I ask for some clarification on that? So with the additional money that you're asking for would be ARPA dollars, correct?
Yes.
So once that funding runs out, the program would end.
Well, it's gonna give us breathing room to where we can hopefully loan in, but I mean, we would obviously look for more funding.
So potentially, with
Potentially.
that in mind, I feel, I mean, should we be hiring a new position for that, or should we maybe look at utilizing some of the staff we currently have, or maybe contracting with somebody since it's a short period of time?
And that's what we were talking about. We were talking about, if worst case scenario, we'd hire a full-time staff, one person. Least case scenario, we would assign it to another staff member, or we would look at, and we haven't got there yet. We still have to talk about it, so.
With the additional funding, I mean, I feel it would last maybe a year. I think ARPA's done September 30th of this year or December 31st, I can't recall offhand, but a year position. Something in mind.
What we're hoping is that we get to the people, the most needed people who get their houses fixed up. So then that gives us some breathing room. So if somebody needs something and it gives them breathing room for a couple of years and everything, if they need something in a couple of years from there, then we'd be able to get more funding for this program to continue this program. So this is more emergency situations. That's what this is, emergency situations. So, and we've noticed that we've had some where we were doing all district reps and the chairman and I off reservation. We were getting to a lot of them and we were taking care of them. So then it'll kind of calm down a little bit and we won't have as many that we have because we took care of all of them. So that's where we'd like to be. And then these other situations that come up will come up, and I know, Tito, they're always gonna be there, and we'll be there, so.
know that. But I'm looking at the emergency ones that, can't be ignored.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we've been doing, and the ones that come to us with emergency situations, we've been taking care of, so, but the ones we don't know about, they have to come in and they have to know this program is for them, so.
We'll have more details soon.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes.
Tito too, like if there's something on the weekends and we're closed, they will reach out to me. And I got Matt Smith's number. I don't have an electrician's number, but I do have Matt Smith's. I got Lori. Lori has all them resources, so I usually send her a text. And she gets on it and we get them the assistance they need. So that's how I've been handling it. I don't know about the other reps, but that's, when they do reach out to me, I do get Lori and I get water and sewer on board and we try to figure out what we can do for them. Especially in the winter months, because that's.
But that's what we're saying. A lot of them call one of us. And, we need to know who to call when those emergencies.
Well, you can call me anytime. You have my number.
That's what I would suggest, Tito, if you can't get a hold of anybody, call district reps or call one of us. Put that over there.
Thank you. Okay, what we'll do next is we'll do a motion to approve this, to get this set up, and then we'll get more information out to everyone when you get it done. Okay? Motion to approve the additional funding to the elder, emergency fix-up fund. What do you say?
No, it's elder homeowner.
Elders homeowner repair fund. Of $500,000.
Motion.
Motion by Eugene,
Second.
second by Annie, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. So I went out earlier and I talked to the Elders Commission and the Elders Council. I wanted to see if they wanted to say a few words. You know I'm only giving them 2 minutes each.
Let the commission go first then.
No. But yeah, I mean, if you want to come up to the table and say a few words on behalf of the commission, that'd be awesome, so.
Did we do? Well, yeah.
There's a mic over here, Pat. Down. Thank you, thank you. Hello? Maybe she turned it off.
Hello?
There
Okay,
you go.
thank you. Just briefly, and thanks for a couple of minutes. What I wanted to do was just give you some highlights from our last meeting on November, I can't remember, the 15th. And all of us were present. We had invited the Council of Elders, but it didn't fit into their schedule yet to meet with us. Francine Day is our treasurer, and she and I went and met with Don Dalby, just to get some ideas on how we can better present our expenses and keep a budget and keep track of what's going on with that. And his primary recommendation is that we find one person, and he suggested Aisha to just to facilitate that, so that, because he was unaware that we had a budget even, so, so it was kind of a bit of a confusion, and we totally agree with him just to find that one person. He also had somebody, a new staff member, I think in finance, who maybe could take on our budget, because it's limited, it's small, it could be a good learning tool for that person, to get into the general ledger and all that stuff. And so however it's gonna work, we're not telling anyone how to do it. We want you to, and him or whomever to advise us on the best route. Our new business was that I did send the budget that we approved at our commission meeting to Aisha and Curtis, and then later I CC'd Lori and Michael Rock. We had not gotten it in before the beginning of the fiscal year, before fiscal year end. So just so you know. Also, one of the tasks that we've defined for us through the bylaws is that we are to be in contact with the different programs that serve elders specifically. Find out how they're doing, how they feel they're doing, do they have, really, can they identify exactly, the areas that they serve elders? And then assist them in overcoming some of the obstacles, being their advocate at the tribal council level. That is what we consider our task to be. And so at our last meeting, we, 7 of us chose 2 programs each to meet with and get some of those answers and just offer our support. One of the programs that I chose to be involved with was the Elder Nutrition Program. And the report that Kat brought was very informative. She outlined expenses that for a monthly. I didn't bring any of it because it's actually her business, so I didn't want to bring it. And I'm going to bring it to our commission meeting. But
I would support whatever they need to do to be in compliance with their grants, because apparently they've been out of compliance with some aspects of it, and to find out ways to be more cost effective. And sometimes changes can be very difficult for people, and I think that, that's one of the things that they're gonna be faced with. Let's see, the other thing is that, okay, so the last thing that I'm going to ask Robin to address, because I haven't been involved with this, and this is some of the issues that other people have noticed at the the Council of Elders, some issues there, and so I've asked Robin to just bring those forward. So I'll pass this on, and again, thank you for your time.
Okay, yeah, I was at the part of the October Council of Elders meeting and the November Council of Elders meeting. And I was confused only because I was told like I wasn't a member because I hadn't filled out an application. And I was kind of confused about that. I did receive one, I filled it out, I turned it in and stuff. And so we just kind of discussed it at our commission meeting, and it says that as a tribal council funded entity, the Council of Elders should allow any tribal elder to be a member and run for office using the White Earth Elder ID as proof that they are eligible. And so, if the Council of Elders considers itself more of a private club with memberships and exclusions, it should not be funded with tribal dollars, not to say it represents all of the tribal elders. All tribal elders should be eligible to go on the trips and have a chance at tickets, shows, whatever, not just the members of this. And membership applications should have been available at all the meetings, as many said they didn't know they had to fill out a membership form. I had attended 2 meetings and I was never presented a form. I know one of the elders had been at the last 5 meetings and had never received. And then they said that I had to be a member for 30 days before the elections. Well, they're having elections on December 5th. The last meeting was November 7th when I was able to fill out an application. So apparently I am not eligible to vote in the next Council of Elders on December 5th because I don't have my 30 days in. And so we should, membership application have been available at all the meetings and stuff. And the missing 3 meetings rule per the bylaws should only be for the elected officials. Not all elders have transportation to the communities to attend the meetings because we have the meetings in all the different communities. And all elders should have access to the meetings and everything. And I know I do pick up people to go to these meetings and everything, but I was just kind of confused about this application because we do have a sign-in sheet every time we go to the meetings and everything, and that should say that, yes, we were at the meetings. As far back, you can go on the minutes or whatever. I feel the secretary did a good job of listing who and let us know who was at all the meetings and everything. So that should be it. The application, that shouldn't be for to be a member of the council. That should, I can see it as saying, oh, well, here, we got an application, so we'll just, put this in here for other things as, your thing to receive other things for the elder programs and everything, saying that, yes, you are a tribal elder, here's my proof and everything. So, I don't know, that was just our thoughts on it. I don't know how you turn this off, so.
Good.
Their bylaws.
Would you like me to answer that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'll stay right here.
The membership application is in order for us to keep track. Also, that, when the trip to the National Indian Council of Elders occurs, that, members should be attending the meetings if they can. And our reason for going to the various communities is so that elders from that community can attend. We're supposed to have all these advocates that are out there. They could help bring in the people if they want to come to the meeting. But we have limited funding, and we have to even come back to the council and ask for funding when we go to the National Council of Elders. We raise funds also. We work at the White Earth powwow, and we have raffles. We work at the Netawash powwow, have raffles. And, we're trying to do all we can with the limited funding we have. We don't have a set budget like the commission. And when we were meeting in prior times, we were the ones who recommended that we get a commission. I think you remember that, Mike.
We worked on the commission.
And we worked on the bylaws, everything with that. And we have bylaws. And part of that is that membership, it says attend at least 4 meetings a year. Now, people could come and just vote, come to one meeting and vote. And then we never see them again. I don't think that's fair to the ones who strive to get there. And no, we are not an elite club. We work for the elders of the council, of the reservation. We've been doing that for like 20 years.
With no funding.
And we're not funded. We don't get a dime for coming to meetings. We spend our own money when we travel to the meetings. We don't get a dime. You guys have a budget. We don't. The funding we earn is what we earn. And we ask the tribe when we go to the National Council. And because we can't have bingos anymore, where we used to raise our own funds, the tribe decided to fund us by giving us $5,000 a quarter. So $20,000 a year. That's our budget. And the work that we do, that's what we work with, other than the extras we make. In fact, we're sitting down to work out a new budget for the year. So I hope that will answer some of your questions.
It's not just the budget we're talking about, it's the voting for the council members. As an elder, we should all be available to vote.
Well, you're eligible to vote if you come to the meeting.
But you have to be a member.
Yeah,
You
and
have to be
why,
a member for
what's so-
so many days. It's like,
what's so
you're asking
difficult?
us to be a member to be an elder.
We're asking you
Okay,
to,
Okay,
guys,
hold on a second.
yeah.
to be a member, simple as that.
Okay, I just wanna say something, unless you wanna say it. The only thing I wanna say is that they have established their bylaws. You should, if you wanna change something, you look at their bylaws, you go to the meetings and you change it. That's the way I look at it.
Yes,
That's if you feel that this is not right, you go to their meetings, you talk about it, you change their bylaws to, You may get them changed to what you want, you may not, but they have bylaws that they have to follow, and that's what they're doing. So I would suggest that you research their bylaws, and if you wanna change them, go to their meetings and vie to change them. That's as simple as it can be. It's as
Just
simple as it
like
can
we
be.
go to yours.
Cause we can talk about this all day long.
I know, it shouldn't be any different. We're all working, supposedly working for one purpose. And that's to improve the lives of the elders of our reservation. Thank you.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, one thing I have to clarify is that when Robin brought this up at the meeting about, I've been here at meetings, 2 meetings, I didn't know I had to sign up. Tito did say that you just filled in, you are waived to be able to vote, since you've been to the 2 meetings, but you didn't know. She brought it to our attention, so we waived. You do have the right to vote December 5th.
Yeah.
Because of that, along with Monica, who had attended meetings too, like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are you done now, Tito, or do you wanna say?
No. I have some other issues.
Let's not go there.
No, I've, wrote a letter and, would you pass those out, please? And I'd like to read it.
Give me one.
I was asked by our, no, that's for the. Hold on 1 minute.
Are they providing lunch?
This goes,
You know?
no, I say goes to Chairman. Okay, thank you, and I hope I put the right address on there.
No, she has copies.
Thank you.
Okay, Wednesday, November 15th, 2023. At a regular scheduled meeting of the White Earth Nation Council of Elders in the village of Rice Lake on Tuesday, November 7th, 2023, we are writing to oppose the closing of the Pine Point, Rice Lake, Elbow Lake Elder Nutrition Sites. Many of our elders have expressed their disappointment in the closing of these sites as they are valuable meeting and socialization places where elders come to eat a lunch and converse. The 3 sites were recently remodeled with new equipment, and we do not understand the motivation for their closing and without any input from elders. We thought the purpose for elder nutrition sites were to not only have a hot meal, but to gather and get out of the homes and perhaps have some activities. Many of the complaints are that with the many distances between communities, that meals are cold or very late when delivered from another site. Also, most communications are posted in the sites for references to outside programming, as a majority of the elders do not have access to a computer, nor can they run them on limited income with no Wi-Fi. Therefore, we strongly urge the Reservation Business Committee to reopen these facilities. Thank you for your immediate attention. Respectfully, board members and the White Earth Nation Council of Elders.
Thank you, Tito Mikuch, for that letter. I'm talking to Secretary Treasurer LaRock, as far as I know, they're not closed.
The sites are closed.
Lori Curtis.
Just the kitchens are closed.
Still go there. They go up there and they can't.
The site is not closed, the kitchens are closed. they're still available to eat there.
You got
We talked about this,
You got a half hour to eat, that's all you've got. And I mean, most elders,
Okay, we talked about this. I talked about, the elderly nutrition coordinator. She is proposing, she did do it, and she did with the kitchens. She's got a proposal on a table. If she already started with it, then that's not my knowledge of that. But she's supposed to be meeting with the council of elders, the commission, and the tribal council to give us her take on why what they're doing is they're taking the Nadawash kitchen and the White Earth kitchen, and they're making them the hubs. We talk about hub and spoke. They're making those two the hub. The spokes would be the rest of them, the other three, to where they deliver meals to the kitchens of each one of these spokes with warmers. I've been assured that they have warmers. If it's not happening, it's news to me. They're spokes, so they deliver the meals, elders still come there, they're supposed to be getting a hot meal, and they still come there. The only difference is you're not cooking the food at the kitchen. That's the only difference that I was told that was gonna be done. So she is going to be scheduling meetings with you guys, the Council of Elders, the Elders Commission, and she's gonna come to one of our briefings and she's going to present this to us. This hasn't hit our table yet, so if it's already being done already, I guess that's not, I don't have that knowledge right now, so. But those kitchens the kitchens are closed. The sites are open. That's what I've been told. So people can still go there. But you guys are saying that they're getting cold meals, they're getting late meals, they only have a half an hour to be there, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if that's what's happening, we'll have Lori and Curtis address that with the elder nutrition coordinator.
And Mike, the purpose again was for elders to gather there. They used to play bingo. They used to play, word puzzles, different things, just visit. And, the sites close up right after they're done, bringing a meal up to the places. And then they have to reheat them. I don't understand the purpose of that.
That's why, well, Curtis.
Okay, so for clarification, I just spoke to Kat, and the goal is to keep the costs down, but to keep the meeting place open. And she stated that workers will be staying there until elders are done meeting or eating, and it's usually from 10 to 1:30, she stated, at staff is going through. So I'm not sure if there's
if it's not being done,
but we will check into it. Sure.
if I could address that and the fine point issues. I've got a daily labor crew that we get a half hour for lunch from 11:30 to 12. And we go over there 11:30 and usually the food don't show up till noon. And then center closes at 12:30. So you've got a half hour to eat and people are waiting there because it's supposed to open at 11:30. And then when they get there at 11:30 or 12 o'clock, the food isn't ready. They've got to take it out of the car, haul it in, carry it in, put it in the heaters, reheaters, and then serve it. By the time you get your food, it's 20 after or more. And it's been an issue. You talk about the hubs of a wheel and the spokes. The spokes are too long. And this ain't even winter yet. What's gonna happen when we get snow? Remember my conversation about one snowflake and one gust of wind? It's not gonna work, Mike. The elders will not accept it. I think it's time to open the centers back up. And they are open, and I mean open from 10 o'clock in the morning till 1:30 in the afternoon. I got one question on you. You're saving money. How many hours are these people that work in those centers getting paid for? 6 hours, 8 hours? We only see them 1 hour a day at our centers.
We're working anyway. Okay, can I do some clarification, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Sam, you came to me about them not working a full 8. They go in at 6 and start cooking. They go out, they deliver the meals, they're there, they open it up, and you said that the one that came before didn't like it. But they sit there and let him do what he wants to do, cause he likes to do the cleaning and stuff like that, so they wait for him to get done. And, what else was there you had brought up? The hours, they are working their hours. I'm going out to visit a couple elders today in Pine Point, so I'm gonna see if their meals are cold, because nobody's told me that, except for you. And so I'm gonna ask them, I don't know if the other reps got anything on the meals being cold or anything, I don't know. But, I'm gonna check with the elders when I go out today and, ask them. And then, also, we sit here and we, kinda argue about it or put it down. Maybe we should bring the staff in and let them explain what is going on. I think that would be our next step.
I asked RTC to Mike the other day, I politely requested that the head of EMP should have been here at this meeting today. We haven't seen her at a meeting for quite a while. And, it would help if she would answer some of those questions.
Supported.
The other issue is, you mentioned the food being cold.
You guys mentioned that.
Can't haul it from White Earth or Nadawash without it getting cold when it's cold outside. And then these people, I talked to the cook out there and she come in at noon, at 10 after one day, everybody was waiting outside the door, it was very cold. And she said, it's just a cluster up there, it's chaos. She said, everybody's trying to get their food at the same time to bring out to everybody, and they can't. Well, by the time the home delivered meals go back out, we got home delivered meals in Pine Point, a lot of them at Ice Cracking, Brown Lake, and those people are getting their food. They don't know when it's coming, and it's just an important stuff. And I don't know if you guys have there was a new post that effective Monday, the 27th. You cannot get a to-go meal at the centers. You've got to eat it there or you don't get food.
Okay, I could comment about that because that's very vague what you said there, Sam. The truth of the matter, that whole thing is that there's a grant program with the EMP. It doesn't allow, it never allowed people to walk in there, grab a to-go meal and leave. If this grant program person or whoever's administering this grant, whoever happens, who's giving them that money, if they find out that people elders are walking in there, grabbing a meal and leaving, they can lose that grant. Because that grant does not have that in the grant. And Kat told me that. If you qualify for at-home meals, which you have to qualify for, then you'll have a delivered meal. It's either have a delivered meal or come in and eat. Those are the only two ways that the grant will let that happen. It's been happening, and it's one of those things that when you find out it's happening and you correct it, then I get this, then we hear this. That there's an email out there that said you can't walk in there and get a meal anymore, for no reason. There's a reason behind it. Maybe it hasn't been put out to you guys or not, but I'm actually gonna say the same thing Annie's doing. There's two sides to every story. We've got to hear from Kat. We're gonna hear from Kat. You guys are gonna hear from Kat. You're not gonna hear from her today because we didn't invite her here today, or the chairman didn't invite her here today. So, because we're giving her the opportunity to come to our briefing first, and then she's gonna propose it to at our briefing. She's gonna go to you guys and she's gonna propose it to you at your briefing. But this is a cost saving because the food has went up so high, she cannot afford in her program to be able to sustain it. The food prices went up so high. That's what she's telling us. So, but instead of sitting here talking about this for another 20 minutes, I would suggest to the chairman that we hear from Kat first, and you guys hear from Kat first, the commission hears from Kat, and then we make then we figure out what we're gonna do from there. We heard all the complaints, we've heard them, we've heard them over and over and over again. So, but we have to address those because we're hearing two sides of the story. My question.
You mentioned one person walking in there. I've got probably 81-year-old lady that comes, her grandson drives her up there to pick up her and her husband's meal. Every day, they come to the center to pick it up, and I see them waiting there and stuff. And I've got another elder that's 70, that comes, walks a half mile, all the way from the old Proj to the center to pick up her meal.
And maybe they're on home delivery and they pick it up themselves, who knows? We gotta hear the whole story, Sam. They can't just go by one side of the story, we have to hear both sides of the story.
And for the delivered homes, or the ones that are on delivery, them delivery drivers never went away. They're still there. So I don't see how that is being affected, because it shouldn't be, because they still got all their drivers that deliver the meals, no matter what. So I don't know.
This could be a simple fix of this 80 or 70-year-old person coming in and filling out their paperwork to have delivery, but still coming in and picking it up. We don't know. We have to hear the whole side we have to hear the whole conversation.
From the horse's mouth, more or less.
And what you guys have seen me leave the room for about 10 times. I've been dealing with angry elders all morning about this issue, a lot of other issues. And Tito and I heard someone else talking about the commission about doing stuff for elders. So far this morning, I've handled 5 issues for elders in Pine Point. I've got 30 elders that missed out on a food shelf today, because we ended up between Hubbard County and I decided to cancel it today because of personal issues and this meeting, and they're short of, like you say, food is expensive. They're getting short. Christmas is coming. The holidays are coming, so they want to stock up. And I told them, I said, I'll take 1 week off today for this meeting. And I mean, they're ready to boil me in oil because they didn't get their food today. And it ain't elders out there. Half of them are young people that are coming there. And I told them a week ago, 2 weeks ago, they may be cut out. If we run out of food, I'm gonna shut it down to just elders only. So that is where the problem comes in. And Tito and I, what the commission doesn't hear is, and you guys don't hear, when elders come crying on the phone or telling me, hey, they didn't bring me my meal. They said they won't bring me my meal if I can't answer the door. She's in a wheelchair. She doesn't know what time they're gonna be there. These are issues that all of this stuff you wanna deal. This is the issues that I'm dealing with, and I will explain it to you guys. This is the issues we hear every day in and day out on our council. So, you know.
Hey, I have a question for you, Sam. Are you the only one that can do this food shelf? You're the only one that can do it. Nobody else can do this. You're the only one.
There's nobody out there. I set up the tables in the mornings.
Do you answer the first question?
I gotta get rid of all the excess.
CSOs out there.
Answer my first question. Are you the only one that can do this?
I'm the only one that does do it. Nobody else will take responsibility for it. I just had 3 calls.
Okay, so they got a CSO, they got a chow, they got all kinds of people out there that can.
I'm glad you brought that issue up. Your
CSO.
CSOs, the chow. I went to look for one yesterday at the clinic. Called them. I said, is Isaiah around? I need a ride to go back to my work crew, because they were using the truck for putting plastic on windows, and I had an emergency meet, 15-minute report I had to go in and do a pre-op. And when I got done, I didn't have a ride. I called over to where Isaiah's supposed to be. And I think we talked about this issue when that came up the first time.
And we addressed it.
Is Isaiah in his office? He's got an office now. I said, is he there? And my son, I was talking to my son that works there, and he said, that's not his job. Fine.
So that's what your son told you that?
Yep.
Isaiah didn't tell you that?
No.
Okay, so I gotta.
But his mother, his grandmother did.
You brought up this issue with the CSOs, and we talked about it, and we talk about the CSO's job is not to only sit there and wait to give somebody a ride. Their job is they have other things that they're doing. They could be helping somebody in Whiter, they could be helping somebody in Rice Lake. There's a group of CSOs, we already talked about this, Sam, already. So when you go there and they're not there, that doesn't mean that they're not working. That's what I'm getting on you. What I'm getting on you is that they're not there, you think they're not working. Yes, they have other duties other than sitting in their office all day waiting for something to happen. They have other duties on that. We talked about this already, Sam. So what I'm saying is that, my bottom line is that, why would you cancel and leave all these people out of a Wednesday food shelf when you're the only one that you're saying you're the only one who can do it? When you have all that help out there. That's.
What help? Mike, what help? Annie knows, Annie. How much help do I have?
Well, you have that old man that comes in, you got that other, your ex-wife, she comes in. If you needed help, did you ever ask them for help? If you're not there, did you ask them if they could cover for you? I don't know.
The old man you're talking about hasn't been here for a couple of weeks now. I think he's got a doctor's or something wrong with him. My ex-wife doesn't have a car right now.
But she's there every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
All right, guys, well, let's move forward here. I know that Keita wanted to finish up her report.
No, we try to be just letting them take care of it.
Well, I'm going out there today, so I can talk to
Young
you
people
when
got
I'm
upshot
see.
over it.
All right, Sam.
Okay, I'll talk to them when I go out there later this afternoon.
Okay, back to this. My main point was the socialization of elders. And, you know, by closing the sites at a certain time, they can't get together. You know, it's quick run in, eat your food, go out. We say this because, you know, it took a lot of years to get people to try to come to the centers to be eating. Also, they're cooking for other programs too. The ENP sites are cooking for other programs.
Yeah, they cook for the Boys and Girls Club, they cook for.
Yeah.
Head Start, yeah, also.
And it's supposed to be an ENP site.
Kindergarten at Pine Point.
But who's gonna feed them then?
They've got the school's got a
Well, you
kitchen
would think
and
they've got a
out
budget.
there. I don't know why they've got.
Well, we gotta look after our youth and other people too. It's like.
Or the teachers.
Mr. Chairman, I would suggest that the issues that you're talking about, Tito, I suggest that we confirm these first. We confirm that they're closing in a half an hour. Let's confirm all this first with Kat. If it's happening, if they're closing in a half an hour when they're not supposed to be, that's Kat's job to rectify that. We have to confirm this first and then have her correct it if that's what's happening. That's a simple answer.
It isn't simple.
Yes, it is.
And I have to agree with Mike because we're hearing from them that they support it and then you guys don't. So I don't know, you know, it's still, we need to hear both sides, I think.
I would like to know if, cooking for these other programs using the ENP sites, is that a conflict of contract? It
They're
isn't?
paying for it.
No, but I mean, because actually it's taking up space and time from the elder program?
We'll have to ask Kat when she comes in.
Yes,
Just to verify something that in Elbow Lake, they are having problems over there with the same thing that, the people, when I was over there for the Thanksgiving gathering, they came to me with it. And so I said, you have to talk, I can bring it to the council and they will hear. And also, Annie, about that stove, did you find anything out about that over there?
The what?
The stove.
Oh, I don't know,
Well, I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
And some of the cold meals, I live right down from the complex. On occasion, I have gotten cold meals, but it all depends on how they've had to route the driver. So it's not the driver, not the driver's fault. If they have to send them out that way around first, I'm last. If it's the other way, I get a hot meal, but it's not their fault.
So the one thing I'm gonna finish with this before we go to dinner on this whole thing. When I talked to Kat told me that each one of them drivers have warmers in they're gonna have warmers in their vehicles to keep the food warm in between sites. That's what I've been told. I'll just tell you that straight up. That's what I've been told. If that's happening, it's happening. If it ain't happening, we'll get to the bottom of it, so. That's what Kat's presentation is going to do. And that's what it's gonna do to the council and it's gonna do to you guys. All these questions that we're talking about here today, when she meets with you guys as a whole, she can answer all those questions for you guys. So I think, Mr. Chairman, I think we need to leave it at that and I think we should move on.
Yeah, I think we need to get more information and let her, talk to, communicate with both.
What about the safety of the drivers though?
But those are questions for her. For her. So make sure that when she visits you, that you get the information, get a list of concerns. We're gonna debrief her. I know what's going on. So, but thank you. Anything else you wanted to follow up with?
Missy has a letter.
Oh, the one I just had?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay,
No, okay, I put on the elder hat, took off the elder hat, went up the upper hat. I handed out to each one of you, and it is going to the donations committee, but I wanted to keep, Giving Hearts Day is, BRFR became a part of it. We need to raise $3,000 by the end of December. I am pretty much doing this on my own, so I was asking to read the letter, see if you could give me any help, even $5, $10 from anybody by December 31st, I'd appreciate it. And then, Aisha's got the letter to take to the council's, donation department.
Did you submit this to the donation committee, correct? It is there?
Yes, I
That's where it's at.
in the next meeting.
Okay.
Yes, but this is so you all know, but also that I'm personally pleading for help from not only the donation, but every one of you, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. All right.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, don't give the microphone.
I presume you're finishing with the elders.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanna bring up a few things that's happening in Pine Point. I have a crew putting plastic on windows out there. We've got 2 houses to do tomorrow and we'll be done. I wanted to be done by Thanksgiving, but because of the long weekend there, we didn't get a couple trailers done. So I'm very proud of the crew I got out there. When we finish those 2 houses tomorrow, we'll have over 30 houses. Elderly, disabled houses. Plastic on the windows, inside and out. And we've done it in probably 3 weeks. So we've done 10 houses a week.
Sam,
And that's only working.
put that in the paper, so then you'll reach more people then.
So I just, that's what we do as elders and, I guess the elders out there have problems, but we try and bring them to you guys and, we're trying to do as good as we can in Pine Point with what we got. Thank you.
Big Rich, thank you.
Be that microphone.
Okay, next up we have is consent agenda. First on the consent agenda, we have third path grant amendment and resolutions. Education, we have letter of funding set aside. The Club Hub database member management system, childcare license. For finance, we have the Monoman Behavioral Health modular ACE electric certified substantial completion. The Whiter Child Care Program, Whiter Playground Equipment, relocation certification of completion on the Monoman Behavioral Health modular electric change order. We have Monoman Head Start bus certificate of substantial completion with Whiter's acute care on 200 Monoman demolition. We have Oshkie money due EAPC contract amendment For Health Division, we have Clearing on Defense contract, we have Sage Consulting contract, we have Seven Sisters contract extension. For Human Services, we have the EBOC contract, we have Minnesota DHS ACL, ARPL of $100,000 in resolution. For legal, we have some facility use agreement. We have supporting a resolution supporting Veronica Newcomer to be the RNPD board member. We have an LLC request. We have another new LLC request. And also for natural resources, we have, we have the housing board certificate and resolution. For natural resources, we have no child left behind grant resolution. We have our a gift donation with the Intertribal Council Buffalo program. And for public works, with the well drilling proposal with IHS well procured ratification with National Congress Marketing Letter designating Chairman Fairbanks to be the representative board member. Anything else to add to that, girl?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes.
We have a New Circle grant, or New Circle contract, and then in addition to that, the initials are CB contract. Those are the two contracts we added to consent agenda.
Thank you, Lori. All right, motion to approve the consent agenda with the addition. Any questions? We need a motion.
Make motion.
Motion by Henry,
Second.
second by Annie, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Next up is motion to go into executive session.
Yeah, I have just one thing.
Yeah.
Just one thing quick. Tito, are you aware that we have some bison that came into town?
No.
Okay, we'd like to, I mean, if you guys, you know where the old stockyard is over in Monoman here on 200 there? Where they had those big, what do they call it? Horse sales. Those horse sales over there?
Horse barn?
Yeah, we had a grant for bison. They brought in 4 yearling bisons over there, and they're in a fenced-in area over there. So if you, I mean, I wouldn't say, if you guys wanted to drive by there and take a look, but there's four new bisons sitting there.
So the way it sounds like they're standing out, the bison are alive yet, are they frozen?
They are.
They are alive.
So,
Here's a picture.
Breeders.
so what about the
Breeders.
frozen bison?
What frozen bison?
Well, you said that you had frozen bison. Up there.
Their life.
I say frozen?
If you wanna
My
go
hair's
look at
not
them.
going back.
I said 4 bison, I said 4 bison.
She said frozen. Well, of course it would be frozen.
At the last meeting in Natoash, you got frozen bison.
Yeah, no, that was.
No, it was moose. But you guys just,
These pictures.
yeah,
Oh,
take a look at them, yeah.
Yeah, they're beautiful. You know, we're very blessed to have them come home to our lands, and I think that's one thing that I think that's kind of a showing of you know, a good thing for spirituality too. So.
I made you guys laugh at least.
Thank you.
But all right, next thing is to motion to go into executive session, but then we'll go into a brief.
Motion.
Motion by Mike.
Second.
Second by Eugene, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. I'd like to say my good to everyone that came today, especially the elders, you know, that came. I know lunch is gonna be served, we're not exactly sure when, but lunch will be coming here if you wanna hang around. But we're gonna go on break now, so.
Do you want me to be here for that?
Yeah.